Are you worried about the invasion at our southern and now northern border? Are you worried that every time you go in a Walmart, you're seeing hundreds of faces that pretty much didn't used to be there? And maybe dozens of languages that you simply cannot understand? Does that intimidate you? Make you just a little bit spooked and maybe a little hesitant to go out in public and live your life in the pursuit of happiness? If you answered yes to any of those questions, there are more Americans feeling the same way you do than there are that don't feel that way. A couple of things that you can do to prepare yourself and your family. Get involved in local politics. If you never have before, it's okay. Now more than ever, even if you live in the smallest town in America, you need to know what's going on with your city councils meetings. If you can't make them, ask them to start putting them public on the internet. If they're not doing that, you request it and you keep requesting it until they fulfill that for you. Every time your city council has a meeting, your police jury has a meeting, your mayor has a meeting, that should all be public record and live on a computer so that every citizen can see it. If not when it's going on, then afterwards. So that when you can't sleep at night, you at least go through and listen to what they're talking about and what is being proposed for your area. You need to talk to your local sheriff. If you have a sheriff that locked you guys down during COVID tighter than a chastity belt, got news for you. They're probably going to be good with hiding the fact that they're bussing in illegal aliens into your community, housing them without your permission, and you're paying for it. So your sheriff is a big deal, you guys. Big, big deal. If you have a bad one, consider running against him. Even if you have literally no prior experience in law enforcement, consider running against him. Or find a candidate you can get behind and promote that one. See, change starts at a local level. Okay, change starts in local politics with your school board, with your sheriff. I know we focus a lot on what's going on in the country because we need to see the bigger picture. But we can't change federal law. Not paying our taxes is not going to get the IRS to make Joe Biden shut the border. If you're going to do anything, be involved locally. Go sit in court one day when they're having criminal court and listen to how the judges are punishing people. Are they too lenient? Are they not? Are they too hard? Are they unfair? Are they biased in some way? Seriously, because all the positions I'm talking about are put in place by voters, okay? Now, on a federal level, the problem is we have a bunch of unelected, elitist, and globalists trying to rule the world. But the only way we're going to get those people under control is in the area God planted you today. See, you're not somewhere that you're not supposed to be. If you're a child of God and you're living your life for God, then right now where you're standing is where God intended you to be standing in this very moment. And I hear a lot of Christians saying, we're leaving, we're leaving, we're leaving. And maybe I understand that. Seriously, I do kind of understand that. If I lived in Chicago, I'd be like, it's time to leave. New York too, Denver, Colorado, all of them. But if he planted you somewhere, you need to fight for the place God gave you. You need to make your desires heard. You need to remind the people that you voted into office and that you pay their salary, that you are not going to allow them to turn your country into a third world country. And you had better start locally, because see, the big cities, the sanctuary cities are out of space, out of money. All across the country, they're busing them to the nearest secondary cities. It's happening all around the nation. So they were like, if you imagine like an earthquake, okay? You have an epicenter where it starts, and then you have rings like this, and every subsequent ring gets bigger. That's what they're doing. So you got the migrants here, and now they're here. Now they're here. Now they're here. And then all those rings begin to overlap all over our nation, and before we know it, they're everywhere. That's what they want, they being the unelected officials. So it's up to us to take control of our areas. You have more power than you think, friend. You don't have to go do something stupid like not pay your federal taxes and pay for it the rest of your life. If you would stop trying to champion the wrong cause and slow down, sit down and think, what can I do right now to make my community better? If you would do that, God would show you. God bless you. Good night. I hope that you guys take this message to heart. I hope that you drop in comments some of the things that you're doing in your community to make it better. I'd like everybody to hear what we're doing so we can share. If you've not done so, you want to be part of our newsletter and our Zoom calls and our private lives, you're going to have to join as a member. The first newsletter is tentatively set to come out on the 1st of March. And if you also have not decided whether or not you want to help support our Food for Thought campaign through Give, Send, Go, please consider that. We're growing a 1/4 acre garden, totally organic, nutrient-dense food to be given away to the most needy parish in Louisiana. To people who fall between the cracks. They work really hard, but they can't quite make it, yet they make too much for government assistance. This food will go to American citizens who need other American citizens to help them because our government has turned their back. God bless you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share this video.